Veterans re-entering civilian life face many challenges, including finding a job. Hi, I'm Montel Williams. Welcome to this edition of Military Makeover Operation Career. Today, we have 4 inspirational stories of former servicemen and women who have reinvented themselves and are thriving at companies that value their unique skills. Mount Sterling, Illinois, the heartland, and home to trucking giant DOT Transportation, one of North America's most successful trucking companies. DTI is an affiliate of DOT Foods. A key to their winning formula is a diverse workforce that includes our veterans.
Mount Sterling, Illinois is more than a picture-perfect small town. Amidst farm fields sits DOT Foods, the largest food industry redistributor in North America, along with DOT Transportation Incorporated, or DTI, its affiliate trucking company which employs hundreds of truckers across the U.S., founded in 1960 by Robert Tracy, who made the company's first deliveries out of the back of his station wagon. DTI has grown into a national trucking giant. Today, they serve over 5,200 customers with unmatched service. Robert Tracy's son, Joe Tracy, former DTI president and now CEO of DOT Foods, talked with us about the family's early days.
Well, I grew up in the business, so this was my playground. They didn't have child labor laws back then, so I started fueling trucks in 3rd grade for $1 a day. Took my driver's license test at 16 in a tractor trailer, and so transportation was part of me. Dad really had an itch to start his own business. He'd worked for a couple different employers, and he saw how they treated employees, and he felt like employees should be treated the way he wanted to be treated.
I've heard stories about the original owner and standing outside shaking drivers' hands as they come through. It's a family-owned company, and I feel like they feel responsible for us as a family.
When I looked at DOT, they had pretty much everything that I was looking for, as far as pay, as far as home time, but more importantly, as far as culture.
While DTI has many advantages to consider, it's their commitment to diversity that drives this company's mission every day.
Diversity is going to make us better. We have to have the right people at the table to make the right decisions in order to grow. And if we don't have a diverse group of leadership and people in our business, then that's not going to happen. In veterans, you know, it's a pretty diverse population, and that's one of the reasons why we want to recruit veterans.
They make me feel like we care about what's going on with you, and that you don't find at every company. My wife and I just adopted 2 kids. I wanted to be able to drive, but I also wanted to be home as well.
Providing that opportunity is an expert crew of support professionals, as well as DTI's unique 4 days on, 4 days off scheduling, which allows for lots of family time.
When you're driving, you've got people in the warehouse, dispatchers, not just at your home dispatch or your home yard, but around the country that are looking out for you.
At DTI, there's a culture here where support is around you all the time. If you have goals, if you want to reach those goals, they give you all the tools and all the abilities to do so.
While DTI offers a diverse and welcoming environment to its employees, these veterans struggle to fit in after retiring from the military.
In the military, I was a fueler. I drove about 10,000 miles in Iraq, doing convoys, taking fuel. I joined when I was 22 years old. The Army was an easy choice for me.
I was a Hawk missile operator, so when I got out, I was 21 years old. Not a lot of call for that in Detroit, Michigan. So now what do? And after a few years, found myself homeless.
When I got out, I was kind of lost. It was all kind of rough, just not knowing who I was anymore. How to reach that young man that had joined the Army with all those ambitions and goals, and how can I get back to that person?
But DTI manages to bridge that gulf of despair some veterans feel when transitioning.
It's a very easy transition to come from the structure of the military to the structure of being a truck driver. You can come out here and be successful right here with us.
Veterans are selfless. They have a lot of loyalty, a lot of dedication. They have a lot of discipline. To be responsible for 80,000 pounds going down the highway, yeah, it takes a lot of courage.
Safety is a huge thing for me, and you're tasked with public safety. And I take that very seriously.
That sense of responsibility and pride is on full display with these patriotic rigs.
A lot of veteran sense of pride, and driving it down the road, I'm smiling, I'm waving at everybody, you know, feel like a rock star. So
DTI, driving for success.
Welcome back. The Century Aluminum Company is one of the largest aluminum manufacturers in the United States. Staying number one requires a loyal and hard-working workforce. Luckily for Century, many of them are veterans.
Companies around the globe are in a race to build products that are safer, lighter, more fuel efficient, and more recyclable. Providing that decisive edge is Century Aluminum, whose Kentucky and South Carolina-based operations are taking on that challenge.
So Century Aluminum is the largest producer of primary aluminum that is used across every aspect of American life.
Which includes numerous vital and strategic military applications.
High-quality products that our nation depends on requires us to produce this high-quality aluminum.
Our fighter jets, our battleships, our armor plating, and our military vehicles, it is a vital material in our national defense.
Without aluminum, how are you going to protect the country?
Protecting the country is something these veterans know all too well.
Mary is a veteran of the United States Marines, where she served in intelligence and is the personification of the type of person we're looking to attract here at Century Aluminum.
My actual ship date to the Marine Corps was September 11th, and I was in the MEPS building when everything happened. So of course I was very scared about that. I'd already committed, so I went. I went to boot camp in Paris Island. I went through my special intelligence training in Pensacola, Florida, and then I was stationed at Cherry Point, North Carolina, and Camp Lejeune. I have been in the aluminum industry pretty much since I left the Marine Corps. I do analysis, work with all the managers on the floor so they can see if there are ways that they can improve.
Chris Goddard was a Marine that served in Iraq, and the motivation shown in the Marine Corps has carried over into his motivation here at Century Aluminum.
My military career started when I was really young. My dad was in the Marines. 9/11 attacks happened when I was a sophomore in high school, so motivation there to join in on that fight. Wanted to be with guys looking for a fight. This is where we turn raw material into molten aluminum. These bad boys get 900 plus degrees, very manual process. This is what hot and dirty is all about.
I have a heritage of military service in my family, and I felt it was part of my responsibility to continue that tradition, and I'm honored to be able to have a part in that.
Pride runs deep within all these veterans.
I've always been a proud American. It's a part of me. It's who I am.
It takes a special type of person to want to come into these environments and work, which is why we're looking to pursue hiring veterans.
As a veteran, if you come and work for Century Aluminum, we're going to support you in your efforts to do better for yourselves and for your family.
Century Aluminum, vital for national security, vital for America.
Sylvania designs and manufactures aftermarket automotive lighting for nearly every vehicle in the market. The top concern? Helping drivers keep the roadways safe. Take a look at this.
For over 100 years, Sylvania has been providing superior optical designs, and today are the #1 aftermarket automotive lighting brand in America. With their design expertise, advanced technology, and the help of talented veterans in the Hillsborough, New Hampshire production facility, their products help improve driver visibility and road safety.
In terms of one of the missions that we have here at Osram is to improve the quality of people's lives for anybody who drives a vehicle. And this comes with providing a superior lighting product that offers safety for their family and for themselves.
Joe Adams served in the U.S. Marine Corps for 4 years, and then another 4 in the reserves.
I joined the United States Marine Corps in 2013. A couple years after I got out of high school. Some of the stuff there was life-changing from what we saw, what we experienced, and then the bonds that I created with all my fellow Marines. I found Sylvania because I grew up in the area. I'm from Hillsborough. I graduated in 2011 at Hillsborough Darien High School. So this plant has been around my entire life. I knew many people that have worked here, retired from here, and it's local. It's a good company to work with. So I knew where I wanted to work. I just needed to apply and hope, for the position that was available and work my way to where I wanted to be within the company.
We produce over 300,000 light bulbs here a day that come out of this plant. We have over 100 years of experience in doing that. People may not understand that it's equally important as things like your tires or your windshield wipers. These lights burn out over time or dim over time, and a lot of times people don't even realize that a light has burned out until they turn it on and it's off, which means they probably have been driving with only one headlight, extremely dangerous at that time.
With just over 6 months at Sylvania, Chris has been using his Marine skills to pursue a career in mechanics.
So I was in the United States Marine Corps for 4 years. I joined in 2016, got out 2020. I am still in my inactive reserve years. I was a fire directions coordinator, so I was the FDC chief in my mortar platoon, which is in the infantry. So I got to develop my cooperation skill and teamwork with my fellow brothers. I also got a thirst for knowledge, knowing what I'm doing without having to ask. Finding Osram Sylvania through a buddy of mine that worked there helped me fully find what I was looking for out of the Marines.
Many HR departments will scan through applications and they'll look for red flags, things that you might not want to hire somebody for. But when we see military experience, that's a green flag. We want to talk to those people because not only do they have the technical and the mechanical skill set that's essential to meet the quality standards that we have here, but they also have a lot of the softer skills that really make an individual successful.
The product that we produce here at AMS Osram, I think, is important because we all have to drive during the night. We all have to drive during weather conditions that are bad. We have to drive during the fog. We have family, we have kids. It's important to have the best quality headlights to tackle all weather conditions.
Companies should hire veterans because we are highly dependable. We do work those long hours. We are used to inconveniences and we're adaptable and just overall trustworthy.
By including veterans in their staff, Sylvania can continue to use extensive engineering and innovation technology to increase safety and visibility on the roadways. For more information, or if you're interested in joining the team, visit their website, sylvania-automotive.com.
For decades, American Residential Services has been providing expert heating and cooling services as well as plumbing expertise to homeowners nationwide. With over 6,000 employees in 70 different locations, ARS is eager to continue supporting veterans with new opportunities as they begin their transition from the military into civilian workforce.
We're headed to ARS headquarters in Memphis, Tennessee, to learn more about the company's heartfelt mission. Meet Senior Vice President and Chief Human Resources Officer, Chris Snow. Chris provides leadership and support for a workforce of over 6,000 associates and is a strong advocate for assisting transitioning military members into the private sector, drawing from their military experience to build a career in the trades.
I joined ARS just about 5 years ago, and one of the things that attracted me to the industry was really, when customers call us for HVAC, electrical, or plumbing service, it's at a time where it's most of the time not discretionary. They're really needing us, and I really enjoy having an opportunity to make sure that we take care of their need the first time, best way possible.
Carrie Roth is a Desert Storm veteran who served overseas and also served as a U.S. Army reservist for 8 years. She joined ARS in 2017 and currently works as General Manager for Right Time Home Services, overseeing well over 150 ARS associates.
During the U.S. Army, my military MOS was 95 Bravo, which is military police, physical security, and aiding convoys to locations. I also served and was deployed during Desert Storm and was in Panama and a few other places as well. Really, for me, I enjoyed being able to learn about, who I was as a person. I started when I was very young. I didn't really want to go to college, but I knew I wanted to do something that later I would be really proud of.
Meet Marine Corps veteran Will Lucas. Will currently works as a general manager at American Residential Services Pittsburgh branch.
I come from a long line of people that serve the country. I couldn't wait to become part of that legacy, so much so that I joined the Marine Corps on my 17th birthday. I spent my time stationed in California. I was also in a reserve unit in Houston and also in El Paso, Texas with an artillery battery.
One of the things that we provide that other people don't have is really the flexibility through our nationwide network. We've got opportunities that you could work in Miami, you could work in Seattle, you could be in Los Angeles. Any hometown that a veteran comes from, we probably have an opportunity nearby. The company has a very long history in terms of being engaged with working to build careers for veterans as well as those that are members of the Guard and Reserve. It actually started with our former CEO, Don Carnes, who himself was actually an Air Force veteran. We've always found that members of the military, both veterans as well as members of the Guard and Reserve, have been a great fit because members of the military are committed through teamwork, professionalism, service to others, just a commitment to excellence. And that's really what we're about. We hire hundreds of veterans each year. That's something that we're looking to continue to do as we expand.
For me, I look at the transition of being in the military and the disciplines and the leadership that I learned really helped me become the person I am today and really, the leader that I strive to be every day with my team.
Besides the skilled people, everyone in the military has a couple of advantages. They all have good time management skills, they all have commitment, they all have a willingness to work, but they make good employees in every single service line that we have. After I did my initial training, when I got to the branch, I spent a week in Chicago training and I spent a week in Lexington. When I finally got to my branch, sitting on my desk was an ARS challenge coin, and I knew instantaneously that I was where I was supposed to be, that their commitment to helping veterans was real, and I knew that I was home. Through our ARS Cares activities, where we donate equipment to needing veterans, to all of the different programs we have to serve the community, two things come to mind. We want to win and we want to serve, and we get to do both, and I can't imagine a better place to do that than ARS.
To find out more about promising career opportunities at American Residential Services, visit ars.com.
Great to see that after sacrificing so much to their military service, today's veterans are able to shine at these outstanding companies. I'm Montel Williams. Thanks so much for joining us on this episode of Military Makeover Operation Career. We'll see you next time.